One of the biggest questions I get from designers every time I talk about content creation is, how do I know the kind of content to create? And honestly, that's a very good question, because it's one thing to know you should create content, but it's another thing to know what kind of content actually fits you. When I started creating content in 2020, I had no clear direction. I was just posting what came to my head, sometimes tutorials, sometimes motivational talk, sometimes random design tips. I was just testing things out, but as time went on, I realized something important. Your best content always comes from what feels natural to you. Some designers love teaching. They can explain a design concept so easily that even a beginner can understand. Others love storytelling, sharing their creative journey, lessons, and client experiences. And some just love showing the behind the scenes of their work, how they create, how they think, how they handle projects. There is no one size fits all. The right type of content is the one that fits your personality and connects with your goals. For me, I've always been someone who enjoyed teaching and storytelling. So most of my content revolves around those two things: teaching design and talking about my journey as a designer. That's what felt right to me. And that's what you need to discover for yourself, because if you try to copy someone else's style, you will eventually get tired. But when you create what feels like you, it becomes natural. You won't need to force yourself to show up. You will actually enjoy it. Before we go on, if you haven't watched episode 1, click here and watch it first, so everything I will say here will make more sense to you. Now, here is something I want you to really think about. If you have never posted anything online before and today you decided to start, what would you talk naturally about without thinking too hard? That question alone can reveal a lot about the kind of content that fits you. For example, maybe you are the type that loves helping people understand design tools. Whenever someone around you has a design problem, you are always the one explaining how to fix it. That means educational content might fit you perfectly. Or maybe you are the quiet type who doesn't like talking too much but loves showing your designs. Then visual showcase content like before and after post, speed designs or design process videos might be your thing. Or maybe you love talking about your experiences, the lessons you have learned from clients and the mistakes that taught you something important. Then story-based content will fit you naturally. You see where I'm going to with this? The easiest way to find your content type is to observe what already feels easy for you to do. Here is a simple exercise for you. Take a few minutes after this video and ask yourself, what do people naturally come to me for? What do I talk about easily without trying too hard? What type of content do I enjoy watching the most? Your answers to these 3 questions will guide you towards your natural content type. Now, let's go a bit deeper into this, because knowing your natural content type is just the first step. The next step is understanding why you are creating content in the first place. Every designer doesn't need to create the same kind of content because our goals are different. Some designers want clients, some want to build a personal brand, some want to teach and grow a community, and some just want to share their journey and attract opportunities. Once you know your goal, it becomes easier to know what type of content fits. Let's break this down a bit. If your main goal is to get clients, then your content should focus more on showcasing your work and educating your audience about design value. For example, talk about how branding affects a business, or show before and after transformations from your projects. That's how business owners begin to trust your expertise. If your goal is to build a personal brand or community, then your content should be more relatable and personal. People should see your face, hear your voice, and connect with you personally. You can mix behind the scene moments, personal lessons, or motivational stories from your design life. But if your goal is to teach or educate, then focus on tutorials, design tips, shortcuts, and tools that make design easier. That's the kind of content that builds authority fast. And if you just want to inspire others and share your journey, then talk about your process, your ups and downs, and growth. That kind of honesty connects deeply with people. Now, here is the thing. You don't need to pick just one. You can blend 2 or even 3 as long as it still feels natural to you. For example, in my case, I mix educational and storytelling content. I teach designers, but I also share real life experiences that make those lessons hit differently. That's what made my content relatable, not just helpful, because at the end of the day, people don't follow you for what you know. They follow you for who you are. Now, let's talk about something most designers don't realize early. You will never know exactly what works for you until you start testing. When I began creating content, I had no idea what would work. I was just trying things. Sometimes I would post a tutorial and it would do well. Other times I would share a story or talk about a design mistake I made, and that would get double the engagement. At first, it was confusing, but with time, I started to notice patterns. I realized people didn't only want to learn from me, they wanted to connect with me. That was my breakthrough moment. So here is the truth. Finding your content type is not about guessing. It's about experimenting. Try creating 3 to 4 types of content for a few weeks. For example, a tutorial or design tip post, a brand story or experience, a design showcase like before and after, something fun or relatable about designers. After a while, check what people engage with the most, what gets the most saves, comments or DMs. That's how you will know what your audience connects with naturally. And don't get discouraged if your first few posts don't perform well. That's part of the process. Content creation is like design. You keep testing and refining until you find your style. When I started, some of my videos didn't even get up to 100 views, but I didn't stop. I told myself, if this video helps even one person, then I have done something right. And that mindset changed everything. Before I knew it, that consistency attracts brand collaborations, international recognition, and even new clients from my printing and design business. All because I kept showing up even when things look small. So don't overthink it. Start with what you can create easily. Keep your message simple and stay consistent. With time, you will refine your content type naturally. So let's wrap this up beautifully. By now, you should have a clear picture in your mind. You know that your content should fit your personality, your goals, and your natural flow. You also know that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to start. And that's where most designers get stuck. They wait too long trying to figure everything out before they begin. But let me be honest with you. Clarity doesn't come before you start. It comes as you start. When I made my first design tutorial video back in 2020, I didn't even know what my niche was. All I knew was that I wanted to share what I knew and maybe help someone out there. That's it. From there, I learned what worked, I adjusted and grew. That growth didn't come overnight. It came because I didn't stop. And that's the same energy I want you to have. Don't wait for your camera to be perfect. Don't wait until you have 1,000 followers. Start with what you have right now. Even if it's just your phone, your laptop, and your voice, use it. Remember, your goal is not to be popular. Your goal is to show up, share value, and grow. Because here's the truth. Every single piece of content you create plants a seed. Some will grow fast, some will take time, but all of them are building something bigger for your future. So go ahead, take the first small step today. Make your first post, record that short video, or share that design story you've been holding back, because that's how it all begins. And who knows, the single step might be the start of something that changes your entire career. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because this is where you should be as a designer who is intentional about growing. This was episode 2 of the series, and the next one waiting for you is episode 3. I'll see you in the next one.